Hello everyone, my name is Dalin Hassan and we are back to COPTV coming to you live from Sharm el-Sheikh here in Egypt. It's Adaptation and Agriculture Day, and I'm glad to have here with me at the studio Carina Pimenta, Executive Director at Conexsus. Part of Carina's daily work is to address the obstacles for small-scale farmers in Brazil and give them access to finance. Welcome, Carina, to COP TV. And let's start by understanding your work and how is your work is preserving the Amazon rainforest of Brazil.
Thank you for having me here, and it's a pleasure to participate in this conversation. Well, we work in Brazil trying to generate ways for the forest to be more valuable than cutting the forest. So we have been working on developing community enterprises, which are associations, cooperatives of smallholders and indigenous groups and things, who are preserving the forest, but also generating income and production out of the forest in a managed, sustainable way. So our work has been organizing these community enterprises and helping them with management, with governance, with access to market, developing the products they have. And for that, we use as a main strategy finance, climate finance, because all these products are not only generating income, but also helping us preserve our forests.
Well, what kind of challenges communities and small producers in the rainforest face improving their quality of life without restoring to deforestation?
So imagine Brazil is kind of a continental country. So we have 7 different biomes. Each biome, you have a different reality. You have a savanna, you have rainforest, you have tropical forest. It's a diversity. So the challenges they face are regional. And what we are creating is a system that will work with different realities. So most of the challenges, they have difficulties in creating products that can access the markets. It's bio-based products are managing for the forest. It's like Brazil nuts, cocoa, acai, all this that we know we use, but I mean, they are the one producing and we don't know that. So we'll help them structure this small business with a lot of impact because it reaches out to millions of producers. And we help them access the markets because it's really hard for them to understand how to relate to a company. What are the compliance requirements? And how to adapt to this kind of negotiation. So we help them reach out these capacities and be able to develop private markets. And also, they are those who never accessed finance before. They're not bankables. So what we are doing actually is creating ways and financial products that reach their reality. So are tailor-made to their reality, and we do that by helping them.
So basically you are easing their infrastructure, the little infrastructure to make this financing much easier?
Yes, we call a different word. We use ecosystem. We are trying to develop an ecosystem of solutions for those people in the different levels, in the market, in the finance, and in the business support. So they can have these tools available when they need. They have finance.
So what are some examples of mobilizing climate finance to tackle deforestation?
Well, just give examples from the Amazon. I was there like 3 weeks ago, just before COP. And we were meeting with 120 producers who were accessing subsidized rural credit from Brazil. So very low rates of interest from public resources that were channeled to acai producers. This that we eat in smoothies and ice creams. It comes from them, but we never know this. So what we did, we created a partnership with the Bank of Amazonia, which is a development bank in Brazil who operates this policy. And we were able to create a structure for this finance to get to them, and also offering technical assistance on how to grow their production systems. Because they can improve productivity over the areas they manage. They can establish collective ways of selling those products and processing those products. So these are the things we do.
So speaking about the ecosystem, what kind of nature-based and ecosystem-based solutions we can implement in order to halt the loss of biodiversity?
What kind of solutions? Well, there's, I think the biggest challenge for Brazil right now in terms of creating a bioeconomy, an economy that is based on products, on our biodiversity, is growing and expanding the regenerative practices that we use in the rural areas and helping this connect to new food systems that are healthy and sustainable. These are, I think, that kind of the solutions are there. And for that to happen, we have to be able to invest and to create we call intermediates, but it's good intermediates, not like middlemen. Mm-hmm. It's like small organizations that are within these value chains, within this, that buy this process and access markets and consumers who are interested in this type of value. Local producers, healthy food, nutritious food, and
how we can support the biodiversity in the tourism sector?
In the tourism sector, I think this is kind of a industry in development, which is very important for the Amazonia, especially because it's a way for people to actually know what the Amazon means. Because most of people have
the beautiful images and like we always see something
top of the trees, and then we see deforestation, and then we see rivers, but underneath all these trees and on these rivers, there are people. There are traditional peoples, there are indigenous peoples with ancestral knowledge of how to live in that forest, how to protect that forest, how to produce from this forest. And I think tourism can make enormous change in the way people understand the Amazonia and understand how to create markets, products, how to respect, understand the type of the diversity that we have within this biodiversity. And I think this is the solution for the world. It's part of the solution.
Create awareness, you mean, and create more knowledge about those communities living in the Amazonia.
Yes, and hopefully create solutions based on this knowledge for then climate change can be
tackled. So, Carina, tell me, what are your expectations at the end of this COP?
I think I have a sense that we know already what has to be done, and we are still struggling to take the risk that we need to do that. And I think what I expect is people taking more risk into investing and supporting and incentivizing solutions like we are working. There are thousands of people working in different regions, and I think we have to be able to do that if you want to meet the 2030 commitments. We need to put our hands on the ground and do more things and learn from that and scale from that. And I think there's solutions on the table for those investments to come.
We hope, Carina, your hope come to reality soon. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for being here.